Long ago, in a small village surrounded by green hills and a quiet river, there lived a blacksmith named Orion. He was famous for making the strongest swords and shields. Kings and warriors came from faraway lands to buy his work because they believed it brought them victory. But Orion was not happy. Inside, he carried a heavy burden of anger. No one knew that each time he struck metal, he was thinking about the man who had betrayed him. Years ago, another blacksmith named Tyros had accused Orion of stealing his ideas. It was a lie, but many people believed it. Orion's reputation was ruined for years. Though he eventually proved his innocence, the pain of that betrayal stayed with him. Every time Orion worked in his forge, he thought of Tyros. His anger grew stronger every day, like a fire that wouldn't burn out. He dreamed of getting revenge, but deep down, he felt trapped by his own emotions. One evening, as the sun set, a stranger knocked on Orion's door. The man introduced himself as Lorian, a traveler and storyteller. "I've heard of your skill," Lorian said, "but I can see something is troubling you. What is it?" At first, Orion didn't want to talk, but Lorian's calm voice made him open up. He told Lorian about Tyros, the false accusation, and the anger that still consumed him. Lorian nodded and said, "You remind me of a story. May I share it with you?" The story of the broken pot. "Many years ago," Lorian began, "there was a rich merchant named Cassius. He had a simple clay pot that he loved more than anything. He believed it brought him good luck. One day, a servant accidentally dropped the pot and it shattered into pieces. Cassius became furious. He fired the servant and spent days mourning the broken pot. He stopped working, stopped smiling, and let his sadness take over his life. Finally, he went to a wise monk who had given him the pot. The monk laughed gently and said, 'Cassius, the pot was never magical. Your belief in it brought you luck, not the pot itself. By holding on to its memory, you are making yourself miserable. Let go of the past and you will find peace.' Cassius went home, buried the broken pieces, and slowly returned to his old life. He realized that by letting go of the past, he could move forward again." Lorian's story made Orion think deeply. That night he couldn't sleep. He realized that his anger toward Tyros was like the broken pot it was holding him back. The next morning, Orion made a decision. He picked up one of his finest swords and walked to Tyros' forge. The villagers watched, thinking Orion was going to confront Tyros with anger. But Orion surprised everyone. When Orion reached Tyros, he said, "I forgive you. For years, I let my anger control me. But today, I am letting it go." Tyros was shocked. He lowered his head and said, "Orion, I'm sorry. I lied about you because I was jealous of your skill. I've regretted it every day." The two men talked for hours. By the end of their conversation, they agreed to leave the past behind. Orion gave Tyros the sword as a gift, a sign of peace. From that day on, Orion felt like a new man. His work became even better, and he started helping Tyros improve his craft. Together, they created tools and weapons that brought success to the entire village. But more than that, Orion felt free. He often told others, "Holding on to anger is like carrying a heavy rock. It doesn't hurt the person you're angry at, it only hurts you. When you let it go, you feel light and free."